Alright, Shalom, Shalom. We're out here once again, giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Ba'asham, Rachat, Wadash. Double honors the elders and the apostles of great millstone who rule well, pushing this 100% truth of the gospel, waking up and sealing the elect of the nation of Israel through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh and salutations to say, acting that are pushing this gospel in all righteousness and sincerity, risking your lives and your freedom to do so, right? So, what we're going to go into real quick, just to start off, because let me just get the preset today. Let me just get the preset because that's what I was meditating on, from the book of Matthew 24. All right, that's actually what I wanted to start with today. Like I was thinking, I just reading the book of Matthew chapter 24. Just studying up in the scriptures, and then this the precept just literally just jumped out to me. And then the speech just started flowing, and I started thinking about different other things to go into. All right, so the book of Matthew 24. Let me select here. Let me just quickly jump down to that precept. Okay, it is Matthew 24 verse 9. Then, okay, so let me just raise up the brightness a little bit. I can't see anything in this phone there. Alright, let me just continue like that. Alright. Matthew 24 verse 9. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and you shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Okay, that's basically what I wanted to go into. How the Hebrew Israelites, alright, how not just the Hebrew Israelites, but the Israelites in its entirety, okay, you Negroes, Latinos, and Americans are hated by the whole world. Okay, public enemy number one. Not just especially if you are of the elect. Especially if you are working up with the Hebrew Israelites and you are pushing this word in all righteousness and sincerity, and because I think when the scriptures goes into this, first and foremost, they hate you because you are Israelites. Then that hatred is now added upon the fact they have this truth, they are a follower of Yahweh Bashmi Yahweh, and you already know how the world feels about Yahweh and his message, okay, about the gospel of Yahweh Bashmi Yahweh. As scripture says, and let me go to the, I have to go to the scripture says, the world cannot hate you because it hated Yahweh first. Let me see if I can get that. And here it is, the book of John 7 verse 7. Right, the book of John 7 verse 7. The world cannot hate you, but me it hateth, because I testify of it, that the works thereof are evil. That's just basically it, The only that is the funny thing right there, okay? That's the whole world, okay? Every East and other hidden, they hate us, the Hebrew Israelites, they have a hatred for us because we are pushing the truth, okay? Because we are prophesying the truth, going into I believe that is I can't remember the exact precepts. I basically said that, what am I there for your enemy because I tell you the truth? That shows you the kind of world that we're living right now, the backward ass society that we're living in, where the truth is hated, and lies are what exalted and lifted up and magnified, and of course the father of lies being at the top right now, you already know, you already know the kind of situation that exists in this world right now, and then the ones that are pushing the actual truth, telling you the actual truth about all these matters, okay, telling you the truth about every single topic, okay, showing you, all right, that these devils have been lying to you for centuries, for millennia even, telling you the truth about history, about prophecy, about what's about to be before the earth. Because guess what, and I always say this, no matter what happens, prophecy will prevail, okay? No matter what happens, the word of the Most High will come to pass. They will come. It's not a matter of, if we stop this from happening, nothing will come again. If we stop this from happening, nothing. It's not a matter of that. It's not a matter of, okay, if Esau just can't, it's not a matter of, okay, if the mark of the beast isn't implemented, then nothing will happen anymore. That's not possible, okay? I think that it's written in the scriptures that Revelation 13 verse 16, that he called it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. That will happen because what the scriptures say. Let me get that. Numbers 23:23. All right, Numbers 23, because you have yes. No, let me just read this first. All right. So okay, I don't mean Numbers 23. Hold up, I mixed up my precepts. So yeah. But I was trying to go into because the most I thought a man, all right, it was Numbers 23 verse 19. Numbers 23 verse 19, and it reads. So okay. All right, Numbers 23 verse 19. The most High is not a man as he should lie, neither a son of man that he should repent. Hath he said, and shall he not do it? Or hath he spoken, and shall he not make it good? And these scriptures right here, man, these are the words of the Most High. So everything that's written inside here, the Most High is bound by his word to make it happen, okay, to make it good. So that means the mark of the beast is coming, okay? The RFID microchip is going to be implemented on everybody on the earth. You know, so all the prophecies will come to pass, including the ones about us, the Israelites, being raised up and being above all you nations, and all you nations going to captivity. All these prophecies will come to pass, you know. So if you like, you can hate on the Hebrew Israelites for telling you the truth, because what we're telling you are things that will happen. You know, what we're telling you are things that have already been ordained to happen since the beginning. After all, it's not written that the Most High, you know, at Yahweh Bashmi Yahshai is a power that declares the end from the beginning. Let me see if I can get that. You know, because I don't want to butcher that precept. Declaring. You know, he said that it was his counsel shall stand forever, and he will do all his pleasure. I already got into that word pleasure. I mean that what he wants to do, all his goals, all his aims, his will, basically. Alright, so in the book of Isaiah 46 verse 9, and it reads, remember the former things of old, for I am the Most High, and there is none else. I am the Most High, and there is none like me, declaring the end from the beginning, and from ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. That's the kind of power that was said with the power of the Hebrew Israelites. You know, that he will do, that his counsel shall stand forever. He's declaring the end from the beginning. Okay, so that's why the scriptures. That's why I have the scriptures speaking of prophecies that happened 3,000, 4,000, 2,000 years, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 years into the future, because of what? Because because this is all Yahweh Bashmi Yahshai's playbook, and this is all his movie that he has made, and everything will go according to script. Okay, you won't have actors, trying to change the script. That you won't have a last minute change of script. Okay, you won't have a you know what? Let me get that. You won't have a last minute change of script. Okay, you won't have a you won't have actors. You won't have a change in actors or a change, in the protagonist or in the antagonist. Because that's what he's trying to do right now. He's trying to make the Most High. He's trying to change. He's trying to change the. That's why he's trying to change the times. Trying to change the ordinances that Yahweh Bashmi Yahshai has put upon the earth. By saying that he wants to blow up the sun or blow up the moon, or by saying that he wants to explore the whole world and the whole planet and they basically go into all parts of the planet. But that's not going to happen because it's not written. In your story, it's not written in Esau's story to do all these things, okay? So now let me get this. Alright, this is right here. Malachi 3 verse 6, and it reads, for I am Yahweh, I change not, therefore ye sons of Jacob are not consumed. You see? So that should tell you right there that's what to tell you right there. Okay, that anybody that is trying to change, right, everybody that's trying to change the scriptures, add on to the law or remove from the law, they're trying to consume our people. Okay, they're trying to destroy our people. That's why you see Esau talking about God loves everybody. Talking about the laws are done away with. All these things are for the destruction of you Israelites. Okay, because saying that the Moabites and the Ammonites can come into saying that the heathen can come into this truth. Guess what? That's going off right there, okay? Because there are laws concerning this thing. Like whereby some Ammonites cannot come into the congregation of the Israelites, even up to their 10th generation, okay? Amalek and Edomites are completely profane with this truth. In other words, bring them in bring them in will be the same as giving a sacrifice of pork flesh, pig meat to Yahweh Shmi or Shai. That's exactly why these devils are trying to change all these biblical ordinances. They're trying to get those are not done away with when they are actually not. Okay, trying to tell that everybody can come into this truth. When the Most High Yahweh Shmi or Shai is solely dealing with Israelites, solely dealing with unique. So that's the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and these were Americans, right? And Seminole Indians. You so-called, those are the Israelites. Those are the only people that the Most High Yahweh Shmi or Shai is dealing with. And of course, all the other scattered, speckled birds, the speckled bird of our people that are scattered among the heathen. Of course, because this is a more of a bloodline, it's not a national. This is a bloodline, a nationality, not Esau's skewed concept of race. Okay, okay, basically that's if you are a certain skin color, you belong to a certain race. Okay, but all the other people that are the same skin color as you are in other races as well. It just leads to what? Confusion. That's why this place is called Babylon, because the only thing that's here is confusion. Alright, people don't even know what nation they belong to anymore. That's the confusion. That's confusion right there. Alright. So let me see. What was that? And alright. So yeah, I was talking about he's changing this changing the word of Yahweh Shemi or in order to destroy our people, use it to destroy our people, because now it's telling everybody that you can come in, that you can worship the Most High, and then they're offering up what? These abominable sacrifices, offering up strange fire to the Most High. With this, talking about God and children, but just worshiping this God and Jesus Christ, saying that that's the Most High, that's the God of the Bible. When in all actuality, they're just Edomite idols, okay? They're not actually the Most High and His Son. And I have other Israelites, they're not too many of them, but you have them Israelite camps that say that the heathen can come into this thing, the heathen can be saved, and all that. That's folly. Okay, that's madness. You're trying to that is indirectly trying to destroy our people by allowing by changing the commandments of the Most High, by allowing these heathen into our inheritance, okay, into our heritage. Because what let me get that precept. That is in Ecclesiasticus chapter 12. It tells you plainly, okay, that set not these people among you, lest when lest they try to take your place. That is I believe that is Ecclesiasticus 12:13. So okay, or either 12:12. But let me get that. Okay, it is Ecclesiasticus 12:12. Set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. Okay, so you're allowing these heathen, okay, you're allowing people that aren't Israelites into your heritage, into our heritage, into our nationality. But you don't realize that these people, once they get up in that position, they will throw you Israelites out, they will overthrow you out, because all these nations, they have a hatred for our people, okay? Because they know that we are the next rulers, we are the people of Yahweh Shmi or Shai, so they are trying to take us out early. Okay? That's what the scripture said was. That Psalms 83 right there. That all these heathen, they are our enemies. Alright, you saw, and you don't even need to go any further than throughout history, and you see the way that they treat our people, okay? You see the way that they treat the Hebrew Israelites. Okay, during the time of Moses, during the time of Moses, alright, Masha, when we were trying to cross the Red Sea and go into the Promised Land, all the nations that want Canaanites, the Moabites, the Ammonites, the Amalekites, that we had no business with. We were trying to pass through their land. When they saw us, they were naturally intimidated. Okay, so they sent armies against us. They sent prophets to put curses on us. Okay, just because of what? When we had no business, we had no dealings with them. Okay, we weren't interested. We weren't trying to take their land. We were trying to pass through. but they don't allow us to pass through. In fact, they even went out against us with the sword. And that shows you that what, that hatred, okay, that enmity. I don't get that word enmity. Since I have the internet right now, I can actually go into words. So I don't get that word enmity. Because of course you always say that because Esau has the greatest hatred for our people. But don't think for a second that these heathen don't hate you as well, man. They do, okay. They see all the blessings that Yahweh Bashim Yashai has put on our people. They know that it just because they know that just a little thing, okay, just for you to come back to your power, in order to be that great people that we once were and have all these nations under our under our rule, all the nations in captivity once again. And that is why they are so adamant in making sure that you Israelites stay down. It's a conspiracy, okay, by the whole earth. That just all Psalm 83 right there. And I might be saying it in my mouth, but right now I'm quoting Psalm 83, that all the nations are confederate against us. They are saying that let us cut them off from being a nation, and the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. Okay, so this is the definition for enmity, and it is the quality of being an enemy, hostile or unfriendly disposition. Right, the state of feeling of opposition, hostility, hatred, or animosity. That's basically what all these nations have for you, man. That state of hatred and animosity. They see you as enemies, They might smile in your face, they might wave and build up businesses in your neighborhoods, and you think that you are cool with them, but in actuality they hate you. They hate you, and they're trying that, and they hate you, and they love it when they see Esau killing our people killing our people like dogs in the street. They love it when they see our people in that low niggardly mind state. They love it when they see our people in that lower state, and they hate it when they are coming back to your Yahweh Bashim Yahshai, are coming back to your true power, which is why they are so against this truth. You see he then come up to the council and start speaking their nonsense. People that they start trying to talk shit about the truth, okay, because they know who you are, but they'll never got to their way to say that you are Israelite or try to wake you up, because they know that because they know what you coming back to your power means for them, okay. They know that it means that their chances of rulership are over, because don't think that it's just that knows about that knows and understand these prophecies, man. These hidden, especially the leaders of these hidden, they can get down to the scriptures. Okay, so yeah, I forgot to mention something else. Before I go into my other episode, I forgot to mention something else. I want to say that right now, right, you see, what is called what was going down the pipe, which is basically Jacob's trouble, where us the believers, they will be persecuted. Some of us will be thrown into those concentration camps, because of course we not comply with the mandate that Israel is pushing that right now, which is the vaccines, and then soon coming. Alright, the RFID microchip, the mark of the beast. You know that. Because God, and they've been keeping tabs on us, man. He knows about all the Hebrew Israelites. Knows about all the camp, all the camps, all the camp leaders, and they're keeping tabs on us. They're waiting for that moment when they can actually roll on us, to try to do us harm. Because when you talk about all the other enemies of, so-called enemies, okay, of this kingdom, like the terrorists, okay, ISIS. Al Qaeda, China, Russia, whatever name you want to mention. They are all systems, okay? They are all pawns of the wicked elites, to cause what? To bring in that global new world order. Because guess what? China is microchipping people right now. What does that tell you? Russia is giving people the vaccines right now. What does that tell you? Okay, the C19, this whole pandemic started in China. So that shows you that they are all in on it, okay? When you go into the United Nations, China and Russia, they have seats on that table. Okay, Russia, I think Russia isn't part of the EU. Okay, but Russia, China and Russia, they have seats as power as world powers in the United Nations. Okay, they are all set up. That pressure from above, pressure from below, current reaction solution that the elites have brought up. Making you think that you have enemies, or making that these other nations are your enemies. When in all actuality, the true enemies of this earth are you Edomites, man. Especially starting from the elites, which are those international bankers, up down to the lowest level Edomites. You are the true enemies of this whole earth. You are the true enemies of the nations of the earth. Because look what you have done in your rulership. That you have spoiled the whole world. You have made the world, as you just said, you have made the world as a wilderness. Show you how badly you spoiled the world. And that's going into Isaiah chapter 14. That when you are taken down, the whole earth will break into forth in singing, and will rejoice. Praise the Most High, praise Yahweh, that these devils are finally taken out of the way because of the wickedness that they have done, because of how badly they have destroyed the earth. But yes, this is part of Esau's turning of things upside down. I made it seem as though, I made it seem as though was the problem. Okay, we are the threats. Okay, talking about the domestic terrorists, talking about the Black Hebrew Israelites, made us seem as even though there is no such thing as the Black Hebrew Israelites, because no camp, to my knowledge, is calling themselves that. Even though these camps, and that's probably even the reason right there. If you are wondering why some of these camps are starting to separate themselves from the name Hebrew Israelite or Black Hebrew Israelites, so these camps are starting to dissociate themselves. Okay, let me get the definition for that word as well. Dissociate. Okay, this is in the English dictionary. Alright, so this is the definition of the word dissociate. To make unrelated, to sever a connection, to separate. Alright, to part or to stop associating. Basically, they stop associating themselves with that name Hebrew Israelites, or with that name Hebrew Israelites, and that's probably the reason right there, because they know that he is about to roll up on the Hebrew Israelites soon, and these camps that are in on it, these camps that we suspect, alright, starting with the elders, the apostles, and the elders that suspect that these camps are agents of Esau. Okay, they are paid off. They're starting to dissociate their names. They're talking about we're not Hebrew Israelites anymore. They're talking about they don't mention the name Israelite. They don't mention the name Hebrew Israelites anymore in their lessons or whatever they do now. Or whatever they do, but they just use different name or different terminology to refer to themselves. Okay, that might be the reason right there, because they know that the Hebrew Israelites are being targeted by Esau. Okay, but we already know that no matter what you do, man, these devils will still go after you. No matter how you change your name with semantics and all that, because that's how treacherous he actually is. Okay, what the scripture tell you that what one of them that trust in Egypt. I isn't just speaking about people taking the vaccine, or people running to Egypt for help for any small thing. That's also speaking about you camps that think that Esau is on your side. Okay, that think that these devils have any honor to begin with. Okay, but what the scripture tell you that what? That people are talking about here are liars from birth. Okay, like that was as scripture says, let people be shown to the wicked. Yet shall he not learn righteousness. That in the land of uprightness he will do wickedly, and he will not uphold or I forget how it goes. Let me get that. Alright, Isaiah 26 verse 10. Let favor be shown to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly, and will not behold the majesty of the Lord. Okay, that's basically it right there. These are the devils that we are dealing with. Okay, unjust, deceitful, liars. Okay, so I want to get something else before I continue what I'm saying. Now, there's another person I want to just quickly jump into. Right, so in the book of Isaiah 36 and verse 6. Isaiah 36 verse 6. Lo, thou trusteth in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt, whereof if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trust in him. Okay, so you're trusting in Esau, you're trusting in that his 501c3 tax exempt status will keep you from being lumped in with with the GMS or with the rest of the righteous and sincere camps that are out there. When that's not actually the case, man, Esau will be on the war path. He will go against everybody, man. Whether it's warm, cold, or lukewarm, as long as you are Jake, he's going up against you. So all you agents out there that have been set up by Esau, thinking that just because, and this goes out to you, plantation Christian pastors as well. Your TD snakes. Okay, your creflo dollars, even the ones that are here in Babylon, you think that because you are on Esau's side, pushing his fake ass Christian God, that this devil is going to have mercy on you. That's not how it's going to work, man. Because all they're going into from the beginning of this camp, he only sees you as the enemy. Okay, he sees you as the enemy, and he sees you as what? A low level one at that, okay? Because they have that pride, the pride of the Edomites that are telling that what? That you should destroy all you Israelites, man. Because Moses has put that, once again, that enmity between the two of between us from the time of Eve, and the serpent up until now, that was, we will, how does it go again? That was, we will bruise his, we will break his neck and he will bruise our heel. And you know what? It's actually funny because that reminds me of a dream that I had, a vision basically. And I didn't want, and I never actually brought this out because the vision wasn't really that. It wasn't really that deep. And I didn't, it wasn't really that deep. The breakdown was pretty simple. And basically, what that vision was that I was just sitting in my room, and from the window, two eagles. I already know what the eagles are. They are a representation of Esau, Edom. Okay. So I could go into the scriptures, but see, I think that's in the book of Obadiah. Those that were exalted thyself as the eagle. I think that's how it goes. Basically, I saw two eagles, and I saw the two eagles. They broke into my room through my window, and the funny thing is that there aren't actually much eagles here in Nigeria. I have to actually look that up to make sure. Let me just check. Because even though I saw these eagles, I don't think that there are actually eagles in Nigeria. Okay. There are eagles in Nigeria, but it's only African fish eagles and African sea eagles. So that was it's a different genus, a fish that is native to Africa. Okay, but basically what I just saw was those two eagles, and immediately they burst into my room, right? So I was saying that they came into my room. Immediately they came into my room, they went after they straight to my to my ankles. To my ankles. They went straight to my ankles, attack my ankles. They started pecking it and stuff like that. So I cut it to them and I broke their necks. I know when you read, when I think about what happened in that dream, I think about that preset right there. Okay, that's why I spoke about this dream. And let me so okay, and let me get that right now. Okay, and let's see. Yeah, it is Genesis 3 verse 15. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. That is basically what happened. Okay, it went to go. It was pecking on my knees, basically. My knees, sorry, not my knees, my ankles. It was pecking on my ankles, and I picked them up and I broke their necks. So that was bruising the heel and breaking the head. They were bruising the heel and was bruising the head. And actually, after I had killed them, okay, I carried them to my father and I showed him, and I was like, what does this mean? And I tried to understand what does that mean. What was the meaning of what happened? And then I woke up. Alright, so that's basically what I just started to translation of that dream. You're speaking about what prophecy about us getting up over Esau. Because at the end of the day, these devils are still below us, man. Now, at the end of the day, we are still going to should give them our payback for all that they've done for all that they've done to us. And the hell that you devils are going to experience in the kingdom. It's going to make all the things that you did to us on this side look like a bruise and look like a bruise, you know, to the heel, man. All right, so let me keep on going on. Oh yeah, I was talking about them. You know, I was talking about how they had made us enemies. What I wanted to say was all these attacks that you see, you know, like 9/11, and like they are all psyops. And I want to actually go into that word psyop. Let me see if I can get it. Alright, so I didn't find the etymology. What I found was like everything is taking time to load. Come on. What the hell? Right, so it was psyop, basically psychological operations. And there's not an etym, so I always get the military wiki for it, okay? There it is. Psychological operations, psyop, or officially since 2010, military information support operations, MISO, are planned operations that go to convey selected information and indicators to audience to influence their emotions, motives, objectives, reasoning, and ultimately the behavior of governments, organizations, groups, and individuals. So basically, right, he has already gotten to this is all he trying to be like the most high, meaning that what he wants to have control over the thoughts and the intents of the heart. So he wants to be able to influence the whole of humanity, right, on a spiritual level. He wants to be able to what? Feed you thoughts, make you think, okay? Make you feel the way he wants you to think or feel. That's why he's giving you these vaccines, because don't forget that there are actually what I'm looking for, okay? There are actually nanobots or nanotechnology in that vaccine that can change your DNA makeup, showing you that you change the way that you start, and you can use that to change your emotions, okay? And when he puts that chip in you, man, you have full control and full sway over your entire body, your entire being, which is why the scripture goes into what? You worship the beast and his image, and you have made alright, basically your God. You have chosen Esau to be your God, and in that situation, man, you'll be corrupted beyond salvation. You'll be corrupted beyond salvation, and the only way for you to be delivered from that is for your spirit to be taken out of that flesh that has been corrupted, you know, forcefully. You know, if I basically for you to be born, your spirit to be born out of that flesh. All right, so going on. You know, the funny thing is that this psyop, the funny thing that this psyop right here, you know, it's like they make it look like it is the sole, you know, property of the US, showing that what he is the one that started using these psyops, man, and all these psyops are just deceits. And this is what he does. He uses his deceit, he uses lies, right? He uses trickery, witchcraft. Because that's exactly what these psyops are, witchcraft. This is what he uses. This is how he has gained power over the whole earth, as the scripture says. Alright, through unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches gotten by deceit, the kingdoms are translated from one people to another. And this is what he has done. You know, if you go into the capitalist conspiracy, they'll tell you, they talk about how the Rothschilds gained their wealth, and this is exactly how they did it, man. All right, while all the other nations were trying to get into democracy, the Rothschilds basically what they created this the fiat money system, the fiat currency, and they use that to put every nation in debt, and now they own all these nations because all the nations owe them trillions. All right, trillions upon trillions, because these banks, these banking families, the Rothschilds and the like, they don't borrow to people, or they don't borrow to banks, they borrow to nations. Okay, and that's why you see the US having over 26 trillion in debt. Debt to who? Okay, debt to the Federal Reserve, and the Federal Reserve is is directly controlled by the Rothschilds, and now those Federal Reserve banks, they are in every nation, including Russia, including China, okay, including anywhere anywhere that you have a country, if you have a country with enough people, right? Anywhere that you have a country with a banking system, guess what? That is central bank, okay. And that central bank has that central bank is being controlled by that central bank is being controlled by the Federal Reserve banks, because and that is proven by having these having currency, having these notes, the FRN notes, sorry, not the FRN notes, that's tautology, but the FRNs, the Federal Reserve notes, your paper currency, your fiat currency. All right, now let me continue on. The purpose of United States psychological operations is to induce or reinforce behavior favorable to US objectives. They are an important part of the range of diplomatic, informational, military, and economic activities available to the US. They can be utilized during both peacetime and conflict. Okay, so that's basically it going into the psyops. So that's what I was going to. That 9/11, Charlottesville, Sandy Hook, they are all done by agents, paid actors, in order to what? Influence the people's behaviors now. Because what happened during 9/11? Everybody sold up their privacy, sold their privacy to the government. The same with this pandemic, this C-19. You see the exact same thing happening right now. Now everybody wants to sell their health to the government. Sell their health and their freedom and getting restrictions for the government. I just saw a video recently of some guy getting beaten up because he refused, because he didn't wear the mask over his nose. People talking about how you have to wear 2 masks now. I did a video about Esau is forcing these high school kids to play basketball while wearing masks. And I know that the same thing is happening in these football games, even though I don't watch much of American football. But the same thing is probably happening in these high school football games. And this isn't a joke anymore, man. You see how he has, and this is all psyop, this is all deceit, because this C-19, this is the infection. This infection, it isn't as deadly as he is making it out to be. But you see everybody getting all messed up about it because they think that, right? Because that's all you see on mainstream media. CNN. Of course, if you turn on to it now, all you are seeing is talk about C-19, talk about how Biden is going to go down hard on this C-19, on Corona, but all of that isn't necessary, man. Okay, this what is I'm looking for? All that isn't necessary. This is all a setup, so that people will give up more of their freedoms and to set up, and it's all for the sake of that new world order. The same with this whole World War III, with China, China attacking Taiwan, the US bombing Iran and Syria constantly. This is all what at the behest of these international bankers, and because they're trying to set up that World War III, because it's all part of their new world agenda. It's all part of the new world agenda by taking out, by taking out Babylon, through World War III. They can bring up their new world agenda. They can force everybody to take that chip and be a part of their new beast system. And because what they want a one world government. Okay, they don't want society to be broken up into cultures and all that anymore. And most importantly, they want you Israelites gone, which is why you have this depopulation agenda. That's why they are pushing this vaccine so heavily on you chicks, and because you know that once you take that vaccine, you are going off, man. Once you take that vaccine, your body will be ready for the RFID microchip. And once you take that chip as well, that's it, okay? Yeah, there's no way that the Most High will pity you anymore. There's no way that the Most High will have mercy on you anymore. You become completely destroyed. All right, as an Israelite, that's the end of you, okay? Ah, it's like I wanted to go into something else, but with my phone. Oh, not now. All right. Man, there's a piece that I was trying to get. I can't remember it anymore. Down my short-term memory. Anyway, anyway, let me just move on. You know, the spirit brings it back to me. I'll talk about it. But let me just move on. You know. Yeah. As I was talking about, as I was talking about, let me just move on. You know, I just remember the preset right now. Alright, here it is. This is the book of Luke, chapter 6, verse 26. Woe unto you when all men shall speak well of you, for so did their fathers to the false prophets. Right, that's basically it right there. Okay, woe unto you when all men shall speak well of you, which is exactly what you see happening to all these paid off all these agents basically. You see, because you see some Israelite accounts that have over 20,000 subscribers. You know, each video gets like 20K view. Each video gets like million. You see these black church these black church leaders. You see them getting millions of views. While the Hebrew Israelites, the apostles, when they quit them and they can get what 3K, 3 point something K, 3 point something thousand views. Most of the Akim in the camps, they barely even get any views on their videos. And what were the ones that are dispensing the truth. And the damn thing, the worst part about this whole thing is that, alright, this it's not like Jake doesn't know about the truth. They know, okay, Jake knows about the camps. Jake knows about, where to get this information from. Because I remember I wasn't in the truth during that time. But I remember Akim constantly talk about it, the whole thing about, when they talked about when there were rumors about Hawaii. So okay, I don't know how to pronounce that, but Hawaii is that island off the coast of Babylon. Hawaii was about to be burned by a nuclear missile. How the Akim in Hawaii were getting millions of views, man. Showing that Jake knows exactly where this truth is, but they don't want to go to it yet. Okay, they are delaying. That's Zephaniah chapter 1. Verse 2, I believe. They are sitting on their leads. They are saying that the Most High will not do good, neither will He do evil. We are going to see what will happen. Okay. So let me get Revelation real quick. Here it is. Alright, Revelation chapter 3, and I'll start from verse 15. I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. I would that thou art cold or hot. So then, because thou art lukewarm, and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth. Right, and that's basically it. That's basically it. It's going into what? All these men, especially in Israel, especially that are Israelites, are settled on their leads, and basically saying that what that they still have ample time to that they believe that they can still be continuing wickedness and they can repent at the last minute and be saved. Okay, that's not the case, because even the Yahweh said that what he that has been faithful, he that let me get that. It is only him that endures unto the end. Meaning that what you start from the beginning, okay, when you hear this word, and you endure up unto the end, that's the person that will be saved, He's not going to in a situation where where you have been wicked, and at the last moment you repent, and then you get saved. Okay, this is in the Christian church where that kind of shit can fly. Right? If you don't come back to your house, you are shy. If you don't build yourself up through the Spirit, you don't build yourself up in the faith. Alright, you don't get right. Don't keep all the laws. You think that in the last days that the Most High is going to have mercy on you. Okay, this is a process. This is a gradual. This is a process. This is a gradual process. You can't just come into this truth and be perfect. Okay, you have to start building up to it. You have to get that knowledge, get that understanding. You able to differentiate right from wrong. Get knowledge of the breakdown, understand prophecy, and when you have that full understanding, that can break everything down. It's only when you have the understanding of the law, understanding of the Most High and His ways. Okay, when you get all that wisdom, that's the only time that you even have a chance, okay, to be saved. Because now you have to keep up that faith and have keep that faith up and keep the works up as well. Because it is only through that. And let me get that. Even just say that word, that we are saved by grace and grace through faith. Okay, so we are saved by the grace that Yahweh Shai gave us in dying for us on the cross, and we are also saved by the faith we have in Yahweh Shai. Okay, we are saved by grace through faith. So if we are saved by grace through faith, what should that tell you? Okay, that shows you that all the men that are settled on your list, that are lukewarm in this thing, that are burning for this world, that are trying to hasten the day of the coming of our Lord Yahweh Shai, that isn't looking up to the clouds and waiting for our Lord to come back. That actually shows you that you are going to be destroyed at the end of the day, because you're not going to have that spirit. Okay, you don't have that spirit, you don't have that faith in our Lord. Okay, even the scripture said that when our Lord Yahweh Shai comes back, he's only coming back, he's only going to be looking for faith. Shall he find faith on the earth? Alright, so something I wanted to just go into was spiritual power. Okay. Because because we already know that it's coming, right, very soon. During the time of Jacob's trouble, during the time of the implementation of the RFID microchip, during World War III, during all these things, we know that the Most High is going to reveal and give that spiritual power to some of his men, basically. Alright, because I was going through that priesthood concerning the talents. Okay, I said that was thou good and faithful servants, come into the joy of your master. Because you have been faithful in little, I will give you charge over great things. Okay, and the scriptures clearly tell us that the greatest gifts from the Yahweh Shai is to prophesy. Okay. So I can try to get that. Okay. I can't find the greatest gift is the spirit of prophecy. That's what we're doing on this side, because though we already know that you already know if you're in this truth that to prophesy, okay, to say before, to speak of all the things that is coming, okay, to understand all the scriptures. That is also spiritual power, right? Right, but you also have this, you also have the what's what I'm looking for right now. You just have that extra spiritual power that we're giving to, alright, the elect in the coming times. As it just says that one of us shall chase 1,000. That spiritual power right there, that was giving the power to kill. Okay, the power to speak, the power to speak and to understand. Okay, that's right. Let me get that. That's not what I was thinking about. That preset about the two witnesses. Let me get that. That is yeah, it is. Okay, it is. It is Revelation 11 verse 3, and it reads, "And I will give power unto my two witnesses, and they shall prophesy 1,260 days, clothed in sackcloth. These are the two olive trees and the two candlesticks standing before the Most High of the earth. And if any man will hurt them, fire proceeded out of their mouths and devoured their enemies. And if any man will hurt them, he must in this manner be killed. These have the power to shut heaven, that it rain not in the days of their prophecy, and have power over waters to turn them into blood, and to smite the earth with all plagues as often as they will." That is basically it, okay? We're going to be given this kind of spiritual powers in those days. The most time will give us the spirits, okay, to heal or to destroy. Alright? And even in the scripture, and this part is only coming to the men of the Lord, okay? It's not going to be a situation, not like that folly that happened December 21st last year, where Jake was thinking that just for being Israelites, okay, just for being black on a certain hour or period of the day, you suddenly get superpower. That's not how it's going to work, okay? Because the scripture said that what? That it shall be. Let me get that. Alright, Jeremiah 16 verse 16, and it reads, "Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith Yahweh, and these shall fish them. And after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks." That's basically it, okay? I want to talk about sending for fishers. What kind of fishers? Fishers of men, right? Because if you go to the scriptures, what did Yahweh say to these disciples? So that what? "Follow me, and I will make you fishers of men." So that's those fishers that they're speaking of fishers of men. That was prophets, coming to the highways and byways and trying to beat, whoever looking for the elect, trying to give them this word and this understanding, okay? So this book of Matthew chapter 4, verse 18, and it reads, "And Yahushua walking by the sea of Galilee saw two brethren, Simon called Peter, and Andrew his brother, casting a net into the sea, for they were fishers. And he said unto them, Follow me, and I will make you fishers of men." And that's basically it, okay? We heard this truth, and we left whatever we are doing in the world and started to do what? Started to fish for men. And there's also another precept, let me get that one as well. Here it is. Matthew 13 verse 47. "Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a net that was cast into the sea, and gathered of every kind, which when it was full, they drew to shore and sat down, and gathered the good into vessels, but cast the bad away. Alright, so shall it be at the end of the world. The angel shall come forth and sever the wicked from among the just." And that's basically it, okay? So when we're fishing, right, we don't know what kind of fish we're going to catch. We're fishing, we don't know what kind of fish we're going to catch. But at the end, at the end of everything, okay, all the agents, all the false prophets, all the men that are set up by Esau, Edom, all the wicked, all of the two-thirds that are among us, even the heathen that might have snuck into this thing, they're going to all be cast out, thrown away, and what? Gathered together and burnt up, basically, the wheat and the tares, as the parable of the wheat and the tares, and the parable of these fishes as well. Because what we're looking for are those clean fishes, okay? Those fishes with what? Scales and fish that are good to eat. That is the elect, okay? And that's all that we're looking for, okay? We're not looking to gather all of our people. No, that's not on this side, okay? The gathering of all the Israelites will be in the kingdom. That's why you have camps that have never even actually. That's why you have so many GMS camps that have never actually gone. You have so many GMS camps and GMS brothers that have never even seen each other. You have so many camps that never actually met each other. Of course, if I can go and meet and fellowship with each other, that's a beautiful thing. But that's not what we're trying to do here. Our focus isn't to, our focus isn't to build a nation in that sense. We are not trying to build a nation physically, but rather spiritually, okay? That all of us, be one nation. That was one mindset, under Yahweh Shai, one body under Yahweh Shai, the true one body under Yahweh Shai, which is the church, so that wherever, no matter how many places we are scattered into, when that time comes that we will be delivered, that's when that's when you can think about nations being delivered or being reunited with or building of the nation or coming together. All right, it's Yahweh Shai that's Yahweh Shai's job, to bring the nation together, not ours. All that we have to do right now is prophesy the downfall and the destruction of this kingdom, okay? To keep that faith up until the end, so that we will be part of that of the individuals that are gathered together when our Lord Yahweh Shai comes back. Don't know if I explained that properly. Okay, so let's see what else. I think I'll still have something else here. Okay, that's basically all concerning that. Yeah, okay, so okay, so let me quickly jump to this precept, So I'm trying to remember what I was going to. I was going to spiritual power, and I segued to I can't remember what I segued into, but no, that is beside the point. Let me focus on what I was. Let me just get something else. All right, because what we have is, what we have right now, right, part of the spiritual power, the spirit of prophecy, okay? As you just said, testimony of Yahweh, the spirit of prophecy. What we have is what? That spiritual discernment, okay? Going into Hebrews 4 verse, so that was, we use this word, okay? Because this is where we get this is where we get the spiritual power from, okay? Because even because what the scriptures say, what does the scripture say? It is written that man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. So let me see if I can get that. Let's quickly get that. Okay, here it is. Look at Deuteronomy 8, verse 3. So, okay. Sorry, my phone is not too close. I can't even see what I'm reading. All right, so let me get it in on the Bible. Deuteronomy 8. All right, Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 2. And thou shalt remember all the way which Yahweh thy power led thee these 40 years in the wilderness, to humble thee and to prove thee, to know what was in thine heart, whether thou wouldest keep his commandments or no. And he humbled thee and suffered thee to hunger, and fed thee with manna, which thou knowest not, neither did thy fathers know, that he might make thee know that man doth not live by bread only, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of Yahweh doth man live. And that word, and that breath is what? The word of the Most High. This is our life right now, in these truths. What the scripture say that was? Search it, that's what Yahweh said that was. Search the scriptures, for in them ye think ye have eternal life, okay? And they are they which testify of me. Alright, this is wisdom right here. That's why it says that what? this is written right here because reading these scriptures, man, it teaches you the fear of the Most High. It teaches it teaches you the fear and the faith and the faithfulness of your how about Shmi or Shai. All right. I believe that in Romans 15:14 they said that whatsoever was written aforetime was written. Let me get that. Let me get that. Here it is. Romans 15:4. For whatever things are written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. Okay? So everything that written up in the scriptures, this word, everything that written up in the scriptures, all the blessings, all the curses, all the events, all the history, were written for our people, to give us hope in the future, because that all the prophecies that are written about the past, right, they all came to pass. And all the future prophecies, they will come to pass as well, because it's written up in the scriptures that they will happen, okay? So now we know that the Most High is going to preserve us during all of these things that are happening. This is already it's already common knowledge right now. For the elect. That's why we are patiently waiting, okay, for the for Esau to come out with that great wrath, for Jacob's struggle, for the mark of the beast, and for all these things, because you know that, alright, the Most High Yahweh Bashim Yahushai will defend us and protect us in those days. He will give his angels charge over us, lest we dash our foot against a stone. Right, but we have to prepare our hearts, our minds for those things as well. Right, by what? By what? This the faith. By what? By building up our faith. Okay, building up our works, doing the work, doing the work, keeping the faith and all that. Because when the scripture says that what, woe unto you that loses patience, or that have lost patience. Okay, you can't allow yourself to get sifted out of this treatment. You can't allow the devil to take you out, take you out of this truth. Just because you feel like right, the prophecies aren't coming to pass. The prophecies aren't coming to pass fast enough. Okay? Or you feel like the Most High is taking his time, in bringing out, in letting these things happen. You shouldn't let yourself be put in that situation. Alright? You shouldn't let yourself fall into that, fall into that category. What I do right now is I'm patiently waiting for the promises of the scriptures, man. That they will, because we know already by faith that no matter how long it takes, okay, it will come, and whether no matter how long it takes, it will come. And what's going into the book of Romans 3:3, even if some people don't believe, right? Even if you preach this word, and nobody is converted, nobody comes back to this truth. That isn't, it isn't what I'm looking for. It isn't a reason to just suddenly stop doing the work. I'm feeling like you shouldn't do the work anymore. Like there's no point in it. Nobody's coming to this truth. Nobody's repenting. That's not the case, okay? So this is the book of Romans chapter 3:3, and it reads, "For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect? The Most High forbid. Yea, let the Most High be true, but every man a liar, as it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings, and mightest overcome when thou hast judged." And that is basically it, okay? So, what if some did not believe? That doesn't matter. Alright, their unbelief isn't important, because what? The unbelievers will die in their unbelief. What is important is you, whether you believe or not, because that is you being on the path to being saved, okay? Because that is the first and foremost, the most important thing. Let every man work his own salvation with what? Fear and trembling. Let every man work his own salvation. That should be the foremost in your mind. Let me focus on me. Let me focus on me, getting my situation right, so that I can be saved, okay? Let me do what I need to do in order to let me do what I need to do in order to be saved. That should be what you should be focused on. Alright, stop here. Okay, we're still on. That should be your main focus. Saving yourself. Okay, so let me get some more precepts. Okay. we are not dependent on other people's opinions, okay? Okay. Who are we waiting on? We're not waiting on a man to deliver us, so we don't have any worries. We're waiting for our Lord Yahweh Shai. Alright, so, and I've already gone into through this before, but the most I so and not do it, okay? So if to say that we're waiting for the deliverance of men, like so many of the people in this world are, right? So many of the people are in the world are. If we were waiting for the deliverance of men, we would have, you know, we'll be setting ourselves up for failure. Okay, setting ourselves up for disappointment, because you know, going to Isaiah chapter 63, you know what Joshua said that he had pressed, you know, he had pressed the wine press, you know, he had so let me just go to that, let me not butcher it. Isaiah 63. Alright, so it's the book of Isaiah 63 and verse 3, and it reads, I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in my anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. Okay, so there is nobody above Lord Yahweh. There's nobody that's going to be together with Yahweh delivering you in that day. Only Yahweh. Okay, that's why the scriptures are what? He is the way, the truth, and the life, and no man can come to the Father except through him. And that's why also in the book of Revelation, John the Baptist said that nobody could open the book. In other words, nobody could unlock the understanding of the scriptures, save for the Lamb. Okay. Slack off. This one is not. I don't know why it's not bright. And I had that brightness on. Right, here it is. Right, Revelation chapter 5 from verse 1. And it reads, And I saw in the right hand of him that sat on the throne a book written within and on the back side, sealed with 7 seals. And I saw a strong angel proclaiming with a loud voice, Who is worthy to open the book and to loose the seals thereof? And no man in heaven, nor in earth, neither under the earth was able to open the book, neither to look thereon. And I wept much, because no man was found worthy to open and to read the book, neither to look thereon. And one of the elders said unto me, Weep not, behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the Root of David, hath prevailed to open the book and to loose the seals thereof. And that's basically it, okay, because nobody else is worthy of, nobody else has the power and the authority that the Most High has given to Yahweh Shai, okay. So when you hear that, Yahweh Shai is coming to deliver the elect of the nation of Israel, that should bring joy in your heart, that should make you rejoice, because you know that the power himself, the Most High himself, alright, because what as scripture said, okay, the Most High has given his son that power and that authority, okay, because I'm going into the book of, I believe that's Revelation, so I have to get that. So that they said that right, that they are given authority, that in righteousness he does judge and make war, okay, so we get that. Right, I think that's Revelation 19. Yeah, that's Revelation 19, and it reads, Revelation 19 verse 11. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True. And in righteousness he doth judge and make war, okay? She has been given that authority. Allah Yahweh has been given that authority. So that is who we are waiting on. The man has been given that authority to what? To judge the earth in righteousness, to bring forth the anger, okay, the wrath of Yahweh Shemi Shai. And in what? He will deliver his elect, okay? He will deliver the elect, he will deliver our people from the four winds of the earth, from wherever they have been scattered into. Okay, Allah Yahweh Shai will bring that deliverance for us. Alright, so now we're not trusting in any man, okay? We're not trusting in any pastor or anybody that's calling themselves the Messiah. We're not trusting in anybody that comes to us and tells us that they are the savior, or that here is the savior, or they are the savior. They're not trusting in anybody like that. We are waiting on our Lord Yahweh to crack the clouds, okay? Because when He comes, He's coming in great power and in great glory. So if you see somebody claiming that Yahweh has come, or and even the scriptures goes into that what if they tell you that here is the Messiah, that He is in the desert, go not with them. Here it is. Okay, book of Matthew 24. Verse 24, and it reads, "For there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall shew great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. Behold, I have told you before." I know this is what you are seeing right now. So you see many false pastors, many false prophets. They are showing you great signs and wonders, especially Esau Edom, right? With his technology, with his witchcraft, with his media. They will show you all these great signs, all these great. They will show you all these amazing things, with the RFID microchip, telling you all these things that are false advertising. Because that's what this devil does, man. False advertising. It tells you that that he developed. He created a virus, alright, and then developed a vaccine for that infection in the space of 2 years. He did everything together in the space of 2 years. And now he's telling you that this is dangerous. He's showing you signs and wonders. Alright, he was sends fire from heaven with all these bombs, creates nuclear, all this technology to make you think that this is this is greatness. He has painted his own image on the Most High and His Son, so that you think that this devil is actually God sent. That's why people believe that. But the elect, they were falling from that even from the beginning, because before you come into this truth, you're already looking at this system, okay, this society with this side. You're already wondering what something just feels off to you, but you're wondering what that is. And the way you came into the truth, that's when you had that understanding of what it all actually was. Okay, so continuing on. Alright, Matthew 24 verse 26. "Wherefore, if they shall say unto you, Behold, He is in the desert, go not forth. Behold, He is in the secret chambers, believe it not." Okay, because there are so many people that will tell you that they saw Yahweh here, or they saw Him there, and you have so many buggers, not even in Israel, not even in the truth. These Christian churches, man, the other religions as well, telling you that they are the Messiah, okay, that the Messiah come back, that they are the one true prophets of the Most High. So many buggers. But what their works, what you can. But the Spirit itself, bear witness. The Spirit itself, try the Spirit by the Spirit to know if they are sent of the Most High or not. And if you try their spirits, alright, every spirit that confesses that Yahweh Shai is the Son of the Most High, right? So you try their spirit and you see that they are not all together there, okay? That they are buggers, scoffers, basically, working after their own lust, pushing false doctrine. Then you know that they're not of the truth, okay? You know that this person is not of the Most High, okay? So continuing on. Right, Matthew 24 verse 27. "For as lightning cometh out of the east, and shineth even unto the west, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be." Okay, "For wheresoever the carcasses is, there will the eagles be gathered together. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of heaven shall be shaken." Okay, so that is how you know when our Lord Yahweh is coming. His coming will be so great, okay, so marvelous that you won't be able to miss it. Alright, the sun and the moons and shall be darkened, which is what the wisdom in Esau's kingdom. Alright, and Scripture says what Is wisdom departed from you know, let me get that, let me get that. Slack, my phone is not bright at all. I don't know what is going on. Alright. Jeremiah 49 verse 7. Concerning Edom, thus saith Yahweh of hosts, his wisdom no more in Teman, his counsel perished from the prudent, is their wisdom vanished? Flee ye, turn back, dwell deep, O inhabitants of that's too far, okay? This is Isaiah 49 verse 7. That's what is happening right now, okay? The Most High is bringing down that wisdom of Esau Edom, okay? You know, it's basically and basically expose these devils, and now all their wisdom, okay, it's been turned into foolishness, okay, because not everything that they have done, everything that they have accomplished has been shown to be what? Through lies, through deceit, through rape, robbery, and murder, okay, because that's how they get everything they have. You know, that's how they built up their society, right? Through the act of rape, robbery, and murder, through wickedness, through unrighteous dealings, injuries, which is because of my deceit, as I said before. And now all these things are being exposed, okay. So when I had exposed it, there was that brought it down. Now the light of their kingdom, you know, the light, their wisdom, has fallen, you know, has been brought down. And pretty soon, okay, their powers as well, you know, their elites, those, you know, their elites, their leaders, those ones that exalt themselves as the stars of heaven, okay, that exalt themselves as the eagles, that lift themselves up high, that live up high and say, who can bring me down? They will be brought down by how about Yahweh as well, okay? So let me keep on going on. Right, Matthew 24, verse 30. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. Because that is exactly what we're waiting for. Then the coming of our Lord Yahweh, so we're expecting to come back with what? To come back in that chariot, that massive chariot, and to bring that destruction upon the unbelievers, upon the heathen, upon Esau, and to deliver us, the hopeful elect, Lord willing. They were a part of that number, you know, I'm a part of that number, Lord willing, we are part of that number, and we get saved, we get delivered by our Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, right? Alright? Because what? As the scripture says, now let me get that. The scripture said that all of creation groaneth and travaileth together. Okay? Alright, so this is it right here. Romans chapter 8, and I'll start from the 19th chapter, from the 19th verse. For the earnest expectation of the creature waited for the manifestation of the sons of the Most High, okay? And that manifestation will begin with Yahweh Shai, the only begotten of the Most High, and then it will trickle on down to the elect, then the rest of the nation of Israel. So that's what all the creatures on the earth, whether directly or indirectly, is waiting for. Because we already know that our people, that is what they are waiting for, whether they know it or not. You know, Romans 11 verse 7, Israel has not obtained that which they seeked for, but the election has obtained it, and the rest are blinded. So what we're waiting for is the coming of our Lord Yahweh Shai. You know, the whole earth will mourn, but us, we the hopeful elect, okay, will be in rejoicing during that time. You know, that's what the scripture says. That's what the scripture says in Revelation 12 verse 12. You know, rejoice ye heavens, and ye holy apostles, okay. So I have to get that first, so make sure I'm not butchering it. Alright, Revelation 12 verse 12. You know, the first part. Alright, so this is Revelation 12 verse 12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. So that is basically it, okay. We will, you know, because we will be rejoicing in that day when Yahweh Shai comes. Right? Because we know that what our deliverer has finally arrived. That's our next expectation. That's what we're waiting for. Right? Eagerly. Right? Because we're not looking for the thing that we're waiting for it start. The thing that we're patiently, anxiously waiting for it start chipping people just because, okay. We know that once that happens, you know what, You know what the scripture say? Once that happens, look up, rejoice, for your salvation is now nearer than when you first believed. That's what I'm waiting for, man. For that salvation that is near, getting closer and closer, drawing closer and closer every day. Okay, so going on. Right, that's basically it. Right, so I think I'm not going to end it there. Let's give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham Rachakodash, Wa Abad Babal, Shalom.